A stranger parked in my driveway while I was heading to the airport, so I blocked him in and went to Hawaii for 2 weeks. I live near a popular beach where parking is a nightmare. I have a long, single-lane driveway. I was packing my car to head to the airport for my honeymoon, a 2-week trip to Hawaii. We were leaving the car in the garage and taking an Uber. As I was bringing out the suitcases, a random convertible pulled into my driveway. The driver, a Chad in board shorts, hopped out and started walking toward the beach. I yelled, "Hey, you can't park there. I'm leaving." He didn't even turn around. He waved his hand over his shoulder and shouted, "Relax, bro. I'll just be an hour. Don't be a Karen." I was fuming. I looked at my watch. Our Uber was 2 minutes away. I looked at the guy's car. Then I looked at my wife's old beater Jeep that we keep parked on the street. I told my wife, "Cancel the Uber." I grabbed the keys to the Jeep. I pulled it into the driveway, pulling right up to the bumper of the convertible, completely blocking him in. There was a retaining wall on one side and my house on the other. He was trapped. We grabbed our bags, locked the Jeep, threw the keys inside the house, and called a new Uber to pick us up from the street. We had a fantastic vacation. I turned my phone off. When I turned it back on 14 days later, I had 50 missed calls from a local number and the police. Apparently, Chad came back an hour later and realized he was stuck. He called the cops, but since he was parked illegally on my private property and I was parked legally on my private property, they told him it was a civil matter and they couldn't tow my car. When we got home, the convertible was covered in bird poop, dust, and leaves. Chad was actually sitting on my front porch, waiting. He looked like he hadn't slept in days. He started screaming that I owed him for lost wages and that he'd missed work. I just smiled, unlocked the Jeep, and said, "Relax, bro. I was just gone for an hour."